ever rugby international. It's the USA who've targeted this one for a win against Tonga, playing their very first game of the tournament. Let's join your commentators, Scott Hastings, and first of all say good afternoon to Bob Simmons.
Very good afternoon, Jim. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a lovely day here in the south of France. 23 degrees, a balmy afternoon, but it's rather warm, I have to say, to play rugby. Just as well that these two countries are used to these conditions. The United States on the left in the white, Tonga, as ever, in the red. They'll get a great reception from the crowd down here. The United States, for the first time maybe, find themselves as favourites for a match after that performance against England. Both sides looking for just their third win in the history of this competition. 2 wins apiece so far. It's going to be a very, very tightly contested game. Scott, you've already seen the Tongans in action in the warm-up to this tournament against Edinburgh. How do you think this is going to go? What do you think of them to start with?
Yeah, huge physical presence here from Tonga, and keep an eye out for the fullback Lilo, and also Eteli Taioni in the centre, and Joseph Vaca, 18 stone 2 and 6'1", and he is a real monster. On the hoof, great running conditions here today down in Montpellier. The pitch is absolutely magnificent, but it's up to the USA to combat the physicality.
Both sides coming in for the national anthems. Mike Hercus leads the USA in the absence through injury of Francois Villiers, their South African-born fullback. And great anticipation certainly in the Tongan camp. They certainly believe that this might well be their competition. They've had a very difficult, very traumatic time in the last few years. Very few good victories, but they think they can come good here. They're rebuilding. They've got some outstanding young players. Now the USA, well, the sleeping giants. They've been the sleeping giants all along, haven't they? Getting ready then for the 2 national anthems. The Star-Spangled Banner and God Watch Over Tonga.
Would you please be abstaining from the national anthems of Tonga and the United States of America, recorded by the Republican Guard and the French Army Choir.
Now, God Watch Over Tonga. Two wonderful renditions then of the anthems. We have the Sipi Tau to come as well. That's the haka from Tonga. And to back up the earlier talk, they really are big lads. As we look then at the sides before we see the haka, USA making that one enforced change from the team that played against England. Albert Tuipulotu is the man who comes in at centre for Paul Emmerich. suspended for 5 weeks for that tackle, of course. On Tonga, well, they kick off their campaign today with a vastly experienced Heineken Cup winner making his debut. That's Finau Maka of Toulouse. And they're both in the back row. Neil Oluwatu, another good exponent there, as we look forward then to the Sippy Tower. Well, in fact, 3 of the American side know all about that, because 3 of them were actually born in Tonga. Mentioned Moe Akiola already, who scored the try in the first game. He is actually a cousin to the Tongan coach. Stuart Dickinson from Australia in his 3rd World Cup takes charge today. And it'll be Tonga who are going to kick off, I think. We're told they called in for an English pub lunch on their way out here and demolished 30 roast chickens, 60 pound of roast lamb, 60 pound of roast beef, down it with 40 litres of orange juice. And just as well they weren't very hungry then, isn't it? Referee just making sure they've swapped sides, having done the toss earlier. The United States will play from left to right, and it'll be the Tongans who will kick off the game here. Good back row players, as I say, but those 3 quarters of Pelleteone and Joseph Vaca we mentioned, they're both heavier than anybody in the back row at 18 stone 2 apiece. Quite incredible. Expect the Tongans really to go for it in this first half, and against an American side who will want to soak up the pressure and maybe hit back then in the closing stages, because there's always a question mark about the performance of the Tongan Scott in the latter stages.
Yeah, it's all to do about their fitness, but also their concentration, to concentrate for that full 80 minutes and to really, you know, work the game plan, to work it and fight against the USA team.
Lucky Latui into the line-out, into the front, good take. And a chance then to roll this one on. Finau Maka from Toulouse, who wears the number 8 there. Already, fisticuffs beginning to disrupt it. Sonny Haver, the scrum half, is organising things for the Tongans as they go on towards the line. Just a metre or so short, Stuart Dickinson moves round and towards the try. What a start then for Tonga. What a debut for the new number 8, Finau Maka. Within seconds of making his international debut, the man from Toulouse has scored a try.
Well, Finau Maka there just pops out the back of that driving maul, but it was a wonderful take in the second row for Paino Haia. Alignment. And they drove and they were patient. They had the leg drive there. And Finau Maka, well, what a size and brute of a man.
His brother also plays for Toulouse and has played for New Zealand. And I think maybe he was waiting to see if Graham Henry is going to come calling for him. In the end, he's opted to play for the country of his birth. Well, what great delight for him then. The goal kicker is Pierre Hola, who plays his rugby with the Kobe Steel team in Japan. Picture of concentration. He's the left-footed goal kicker. Looks to draw this one in. Nicely done. Just 2 minutes played then in this first half, and Tonga already in the lead, 7 points to 0.
Well, that's where the platform was set, and it was the discipline in around that contact and the drive, and they were patient. And of course, when you've got a man like Finau Maka at the back there, the power from that sort of distance was well set there.
The score is now 7 for Tonga and 0 for USA.
Well, if the USA thought they were favourites before this game, they've been brought down to earth with a bang by the Tongans. Just got a bit of luck there, as it's Lilo finally is able to get his hands on the ball.
Blue headgear, USA!
Opening it up immediately. Tonga, what a breakout from defence by them. It's Sufanga. Just a little isolated, the man from Bree, but what good support play by them. Now to this 18-stoner, then it's Joseph Vaka. What a sight, what a start. Terrific play by Tonga as they move up again then towards the USA 22. Ola looking for the Maori sidestep. Good linking as well here. Tonga Witha out onto the far side, looking to stretch it again, Tonga. This is quite incredible. Havea keeps possession again. Once more, it's Maka, the try scorer. Makes it available well also. Havea out to the backs. Not too many numbers out there. Again, adventure. Vaka with the chance of getting in at the corner. What a start, Scott.
Well, fantastic start. It was the big looping pass, though. Suka Ufanga sprinted down the touchline.
Back live then. This pressure is kept up on the USA, but that's a nice clearance kick by Chad Erskine, the scrum half. But in fact, no, it's gone out on the full. They'd come all the way back.
What a superb pass there. And this centre, Suka Ufanga, took it deep into the Eagles' territory. Some wonderful individual skill there. Great pace and swerve. And then hits the contact. Tackle in from Henry Bloomfield, the number 8 from the USA, just to stop the Tongan centre.
And the possession is there for Tonga. Tonga Wiha, the loose head prop, involved in the movement. He switched by Maka. Turned out to be a little high. No, referee's happy with it. Hola with a drop goal. Now the referee brings them back. Was playing an advantage. It's a penalty for offside, right in front of the posts. So Hola went for it. Didn't cost anything to go for the drop goal because he knew the referee was going to bring them back for the kick in front of the posts.
Time out.
And really, you feel that the USA have absolutely been stung by that early riposte from Tonga. Fantastic start, the crowd right behind them. You can see here, it was Todd Clever who came in from an offside position. Stuart Dickinson, the referee, pinged it straight away. There you can see his arm was out. So no advantage came from the resultant drop goal. And Pierre Ola has an opportunity to stretch the lead.
Before the ball's out. Can't touch the halfback. Yeah, he can't touch halfback till he's got the ball.
Record point scorer, Pierre Ola. That's total and individual. Total of over 200. Noted goal kicker. I'll tell you, straight between the posts. 10 points to 0 to Tonga.
Well, it was interesting. Chad Erskine, the USA Eagles scrum half, just went up to clarify with Stuart Dickinson the penalty situation. And Stuart Dickinson said he weren't allowed to touch the scrum half, the Tongan scrum half. That was where the penalty offence was occurred by Todd Clever.
Mike Hurkus, born in America, of Australian parents, brought up in Australia. With the kickoff, again a little bit too deep, and allowing these Tongans to run the ball back. Tonga Wiha again. Man from Northampton setting it up. And the USA finding it difficult to get into this game at all at the moment. Ball knocked forward this time by Latui. So the referee will wait to see if the USA manage to get possession. No, in fact, penalising Tonga. Hands in on the ground that time.
Well, Aleli Latui should have maybe passed that ball on that occasion. Wonderful cover tackle from Mike Hurgus, the USA Eagles fly half. Good drift defence there from the most experienced man in this team.
Used to play for Sale, for the Llanelli Scarlets, for the Newport Gwent Dragons in recent years.
Keep them up, no missiles coming in. Keep them up.
Just a replay there. So this is Sika from the Eagles going down on the ball, managing to regather.
On the USA side, Alec Parker and Mike Mangan, 4 and 5 are the two main jumpers. No ball as yet for Owen Lentz to use.
Time out.
In the end, the referee having to call a timeout. Well, not very good, that. Very cosmopolitan lineup, this American, with their South Seas players and Owen Lentz, the hooker.
Time back on.
He was born in King Williamstown in South Africa. Into the line out then, as I say, Parker, Mangan, his main jumpers, 4 and 5. Tonga jumping right across the line, but the ball wasn't straight, I don't think.